This next guy's super duper exciting. He literally writes jokes for Get Up DC. You've seen him on TV. Everyone, please make some noise for everybody. Leon Scott!
I hope y'all are feeling good. I am feeling great. I'm feeling great because my direct deposit kicked in at 3 a.m. Yeah. I'm not going to respond to what this person just said. All I'm going to say is that you know you are broke as hell when you know the exact time your money shows up in your account. Like 3 a.m. You know, like, you ever be so broke that you tip your bartender with CVS extra bucks? Just me? Okay, no. You know what? I'm tipping the bartender probably like last time I came here. This motherfucker got me so drunk, I fucking went home and opened a savings account. That's how drunk I got. You know how drunk you gotta be to make a sound financial decision at 3 a.m. Like that was like I'm not getting interest in my life. That happened last time I was here. I'm feeling good, man. This is I feel like, you know, Hurricane mentioned something that made me think about something. I feel like we got some R&B. I love old school R&B. We got some old school R&B fans in the building tonight, right? Good. That's it. So this is how I'm gonna test y'all. This is how I'm gonna know. One question. Jodeci or 112? All right. Y'all weren't supposed to answer in words. You're supposed to answer in ad-libs. If it was Jodeci, it was like, who yeah? It was 112. So, on three. 1, 2, 3. Jodeci or 112? Okay. I love the real late who yes. Yeah. So, you know, this is almost half and half tonight. We'll call it a tie for the first time ever. So, you know, usually Jodeci wins. Oh, also, Hurricane said some shit about like all the Devontaes in the NFL. I'm gonna tell you the direct reason why there's a bunch of Devontaes in the NFL. It has nothing to do with football. Everything to do with Jodeci. If you know Jodeci, there's Nuna Devontae, and like a lot of women name their kids after him because, you know, Jodeci. The music is greasy as hell. Like, I love, man. I can't lie. I had R&B dreams when I was a kid. I wanted to be an old school R&B dude, but I didn't want to be a singer. I didn't want to be a rapper. I wanted to be an R&B talker. Like, y'all remember how old school R&B groups always had the dude with the sexy voice that would just talk on a song? Like Boyz II Men had that dude with the voice of God. They just get on the song and take that shit over. I just wanted to do that shit, just be like, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was your sister. Baby, don't go. I just want to do that shit. I just want to beg on an R&B track. But they don't have that shit anymore. So if y'all know of any bands that's hiring, is looking for a brother that looks like Justin Smollett, but sounds like Ving Rhames. I got my mixtapes in the back. You know, that's all I'm saying. My mixtapes in the back. Yeah. All right. Y'all smiling at the old school R&B shit, so I'm gonna talk about my favorite old school R&B singer of all time. Actually, he's not my favorite, but he's up on my list. He's my favorite. He's actually my favorite hip hop artist of all time. It's kind of an R&B dude. Well, Chris Brown's dope too, but my favorite of all time, who's like, because that's about to say he's not even old school. That nigga's like 30 or some shit. Like, and like just turned 30. Like he just is coming to terms with not being 20 anymore. Like, I don't get. All right, so man, how many of y'all remember Nate Dogg? Yeah. Yo, Nate Dogg was like, dude, I fuck with Nate Dogg because Nate Dogg had a gift. Nate Dogg made ignorance sound so beautiful. Like, his biggest hit was that shit Regulate. He would just be like on there just singing 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make somebody turn cold. Now they dropping in and yelling, it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. Like, he just sang about murdering strangers in the alley. Shit went to #1. It was amazing. But his greatest song was a Snoop Dogg song called Lay Low. And at the end of every verse, he's like, you better lay low. There's a part of the song where Nate says, to the bitch that said I shot some shit up out of my dick, and she said, she better lay low. Think about what this man just said. He said, I may have given you an STD, but I would definitely kill you. You better lay low. That shit is, oh, God bless his trifling soul, man. I miss that dude, I miss his ghost, all that shit is amazing. Oh, man. I had somewhere else I was going after that joke that I totally forgot. So we're gonna shift gears real quick. We're gonna shift gears. We're in DC. So like I told you, you heard I had, I'm just glad to, first of all, I'm glad to see people out again. This is good to see people. I got both my shots, I'm feeling good. Glad to see people out. I miss a lot of stuff about live crowds. The only thing I don't miss is some of the venues I was doing before before the world shut down. Like some of the places I performed at were not that great. I used to host a comedy show at a jazz club. And the jazz club is the worst place on earth to ever host comedy because everybody comes to that club for is jazz. Like literally everybody's there on date night trying to look like they got more culture than they really have, or they hoping a single woman walks in so they can hit on them. Everybody's in there like, hey baby, look at my collarbone, I'm taking you places. That is jazz night right there. That's jazz night. That's what that shit is. And so my picture was on this flyer and they still came for jazz and didn't know there was gonna be comedy every night. So they would listen to every terrible shit that happened over the band. Like it would be like the most struggle bar rappers and like the worst spoken word artists ever. Like they had a spoken word dude that came in there and he would just say things like, you know, I am intellectual, but I am also sexual. Why don't you let me give you this erectual? I'm like, bro, that's not even a word. So it made me think I should tell my jokes rhythmically. I should go on stage and just be like, so what does a nose and pepper do? It gets jalapeno business. Oh! I'm sorry, that's how they clap at these shits. Like, oh man. Yeah, so I survived that. We coming out to the other side of shit. You know, things are opening back up. My favorite place in DC is opening back up the African American History Museum. Anybody been there? Yeah? All right. Yo, if you haven't been, you need to go to the African American. You need to see the Blacksonian. You haven't been, go to the Blacksonian. Check it out. It's a great museum. Most important thing you need to know though, the warning. That place is massive. It's an all-day trip. The first floor takes 2 hours to get through. You 2 hours in, you still in slavery. That's how big this shit is. I found out the hard way the first time I went. It was a Sunday morning. I've been drinking all night Saturday, so I had a hangover. I wanted to tell my friends, hey, let's slow down. Let's take a break. I'm getting tired. But then I looked at all the pictures on the wall and I was like, yeah, this is the last place on earth I should ever complain about being tired. If I complain about being tired in this museum, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get haunted by a civil rights ghost. I'm gonna wake up that night to the sounds of, I didn't know you was a bitch. Dr. King is gonna call me out, you know, and I'm gonna deserve it, you know. Shout out to Dr. King, by the way. He's one of my favorite civil rights leaders of all time. He's in my top 5. He's in my top 5, I fuck with him. All right, he's my top 5. My favorite civil rights leader of all time. My actual favorite R&B singer, that is Barack Obama. I mean, y'all remember when Obama went to when that horrible shooting happened at the church in Charleston? He went to church and he's giving a speech and he just started singing Amazing Grace in the middle speech. I don't know if y'all know how hard it is to do, to just break out the song, uninvited at a black church. That shit can go left quickly, but this is how you know he pulled it off. But Obama was up there singing. No old ladies yelled out, take your time, baby. All right, and for those of y'all not been to a black church, the words take your time, baby, that's code that someone is struggling. That shit means we need a miracle right now. Cut that shit out. So, in conclusion, I'm gonna go straight from church to like my favorite thing in the world to talk about as I leave. And ladies and gentlemen, my favorite thing in the world is morning sex. I hope some of y'all have it. It's the best thing in the world. It is the best way to start your day. That shit is better than Folgers. It's like the best part of waking up is getting your dick sucked. That should be the jingle. But my favorite thing about morning sex is not the sex, it's getting it started. Like you wake up first, and your lady's just laying there next to you. Half her hair looks amazing. And the other half, you know, it's a little mad down and fucked up. But you gotta make her feel beautiful, so you got sweet talk like, oh, baby, you look like, you're like a sexy Frederick Douglass. All right, for those of y'all who didn't get that joke, go to the African American History Museum. Check out the Frederick Douglass out. Here's an afro with a little part on the side. Thank you, my name is Leon Scott. Have a good night.